Ozark Geek here. Hey, I'm just sitting out here in a burning barrel, burning up a bunch of trees and tree branches and twigs and stuff like that, and pondering the results or lack thereof of the election some 24 plus hours after the polls closed. What's going on doesn't surprise me, and I'm not surprised at what's going on. I'm just deeply saddened to see it going on with after hours counting and mail-in ballots that have been thrown away and that we know were not legal to start off with. A fiasco in Arizona where they knowingly gave markers to people knowing the votes wouldn't count. And Pennsylvania knowingly not allowing certified Republican poll watchers into the polls on election day, being abated or assisted, if you will, by the sheriff's office. That sucks. Mail being thrown away. There's a whistleblower that has announced that he put on camera that they threw ballots away at the post office knowingly, and they were told to do it. And in the video, he names the supervisor that told them to do it. Well, that supervisor has somebody that told him to do it, and those people, I think, that started that should be prosecuted. Got to put out a little bit of a fire here on the side, on the ground. Don't want the grass catching on fire. And so I'm just upset that it goes on. It's not like this has never occurred in previous elections. It's just it's never been this blatant. And it was allowed. And nobody stopped it. And at least 24 hours into this, ballots are still being counted. States are still changing from blue to white to red to somewhere in between, black and white to neutral. This shouldn't be happening. Trump made a comment prior to it actually occurring about the state of Michigan. He said something about 2 in the morning, saying that the state of Michigan would somehow find 200,000 ballots for Biden and put on his count, and sure enough, it did. How did he know that ahead of time? All right, well, I got to get back to tending the fire. Y'all have a great evening, and I got a beautiful night here and looking out, and supposedly somewhere this evening, in about an hour, I hope to see a Starlink satellite train. Those are real things, traveling through the sky after they launch a series of 60 satellites before these satellites eventually distribute and park. They're somewhere around 800, 1,000 satellites now, and they're supposed to be several times more of that in order for it to get coverage of the whole globe. I can't wait for it to get covered into my area. I'm looking forward to being able to have fiber up and down rates out here in the middle of nowhere, out in the country where, on a good day, we get 10, 12 megabytes per second. The idea of 150 to 200 megabytes per second, or even upwards towards 1,000, looks grand. And or supposedly someday the Rural Electric Cooperative is going to be running fiber to my pole. So we will see when that happens. In the meantime, y'all have a great evening. Keep your eye on the election results. Pray that the Father's will be done in determining who the winner is. And pray that the country doesn't get torn apart as a result of it. That's the part I'm not looking forward to. Depending upon who gets the final outcome, this is either going to be a long, drawn-out skirmish, or it'll settle and blow over. And then who knows what will happen. Anyway, Ozark Geek, Shalom, I'm out.